Good morning, esteemed viewers. Welcome. You're welcome to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I'm Christian Chuko on this wonderful edition of the program. I have my committed analysts here this morning. They're here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I have Mr. Raphael, Mr. Oluwawan is here. I have Mr. Matthew, Mr. Chigote. I have many people that are here to do justice. Mr. Kunle here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. And let's move straight to what we have for today. We are right here in Ogba to get people talking on the topical issues that we have for today. Let's go straight to the newspaper headlines. I have with me the Punch newspaper, and I also have the Sun newspaper. Let's look at the Punch. Prison attackers mustn't live to tell story. Aregbesola tells NCOS officials prison attackers mustn't live to tell the story. Aregbesola tells NCOS officials. PDP governors lampoon Buhari on economy. Others ask National Assembly to override President on Electoral Act bill. PDP governors lampoon Buhari on economy. Others ask National Assembly to override President Buhari on Electoral Act bill. National Assembly may override Buhari's assent, says Senate Chairman. Orderly's house invaders had wrong address on search warrant by magistrates. Orderly house invaders had wrong address on search warrant by magistrates. Chinese company dominates Nigeria's 10.5 trillion naira railway project, says Fitch report. Chinese company dominates Nigeria's 10.5 trillion naira railway project, says Fitch report. National Convention APC governors propose February 26th. Musa Al Makura lead in party chair race. February still realistic. Caretaker panel will announce exact date, says forum. Party looking towards defunct CPC members to occupy chairmanship seat. These are the APC governors on the right side, and we have the PDP governors on the other side. EFCC amends charges ministry ex-legal directors remanded, and today is the proposed trial of the leader of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, as he faces another fresh 15-count charge as amended from the office of the AGF, Attorney General of the Federation. He has been slapped another 15-count charge. Okay, I have Mr. Matthew here this morning. Good morning, Mr. Matthew. Yeah, let's look at today's trial and the 15-count charge that is slammed on the proposed leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name once more. If you look at the charges, the amended charges, for me it's not unexpected. Looking at the body language of the president, the presidency, and the government recently, especially in the widely circulated media chat the president had, where he almost foreclosed the possibility of political solution. But beyond all that, I think the best way out of this scenario is a political solution. Because you look at the end of the day, what do you want to achieve? You want to achieve a Nigerian sovereignty where every citizen will see Nigeria as his country. I've been saying this over time, that you don't coerce people through the barrel of gun and expect to have development in the country. I'm not doubting it, that the government do not have the power to coerce people through the instrumentality of force. But if you do that, have you succeeded in coercing their mind to sign on to Nigerian projects? I don't think so.
Okay.
So for me, the best option the way it stands is political solution.
Are you saying he's not going to get justice? What do you think that will be the outcome of the verdict?
What purpose will the justice serve if there's instability, if there is no guarantee, if there is no safety of life and property in the southeast? What purpose will the prosecution serve if people's life, if people are losing their life on daily basis? What is the whole essence of governance? Look at the constitution, it's very clear. It said welfare and security of Nigerians shall be the primary purpose of governance. As we speak, what is the welfare of the average Nigerian in the southeastern part of the country? Is the security of the average Nigerian in the southeastern part of the country guaranteed? Not to talk of what we are witnessing in the northeast, in the part of the middle belt and some northwest. So for me, the best way out of this scenario is a political solution. Because come to think of it, what gave rise to this? What gave rise to this is a simple issue. That is a situation where Nigeria fought a civil war, and there were issues that had to do with the religious imbalance that necessitated the civil war. As we speak, those issues are still very much inherent in Nigerian society. It has not been resolved, and that is what is giving rise to all the agitation you are seeing. We have a situation where Fulani herdsmen activities is causing menace in every sector of the society, and the government seems to be unwilling to address it. That gave rise to renewed Biafra agitation with vigor. If you look at when, at the time, when Fulani herdsmen activities, you see it almost everywhere in the southeast, in the south, in the southwest. You saw how a Sunday Bowl came up when the Salute of a Ganga was holding sway in a Ganga. There was accusation of raping, maiming, kidnapping for ransom, land grabbing, and the government seemed to be unwilling to address it. Come to think of it, what makes government legitimate is that ability to possess monopoly of coercive power. But as we speak, federal government of Nigeria is already sharing that coercive power with bandits, with Fulani herdsmen, with Boko Haram, with the other Fulani group that go with the name of Fulani Nationality Movement that attempted assassination attempt on Benue State governor. So if you look at the way this current government is sharing positions, so that it is skewed against the southeast. Take for instance the issue of security. If you look at from the position of the National Security Advisor, Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Director of DSS, IG of Police, Custom,
NSCDC.
What they call? Civil Defense Corps, even road safety. There are about 17 positions. Out of that 17, 14 or so is in the northern part of the country. So they merely just classify the west here with one or two, with south with one. Every other thing is domiciled in the north. So how do you want the average Southeasterner to have that sense of belonging as a Nigerian? Where major issues of Nigeria have been discussed, all the stakeholders are seated, there's nobody representing the Southeast. So when somebody comes with the idea of Biafra, it will be attractive. So if you want to discourage people from agitating, go do things in accordance with the Constitution, because the Constitution talks about federal character. And what federal character says that if you give a position, let it reflect geographical, let it reflect geographical spread. So as you are giving out positions in terms of security, offices that have to do with security, you ought to recognize that you have three major ethnicity in Nigeria: the Igbo, the Hausa, the Yoruba. So the three major ethnic groups would have been adequately and appropriately represented. And if you do all this and people are still talking about agitation, people will start questioning the rationale. But the situation where they look at their right and look at their left, they see marginalization everywhere. So agitation and ideology of agitation will be attractive to them. So for me, if self-determination is entrenched in a UN charter that Nigerian government is a signatory to, I don't see anything wrong in Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, or even myself tomorrow saying I want a sovereign state of where I come from. What we hope for the government to do is to come up with a constructive argument why it is not, why you should not, the people, my opinion is not right. We saw Brexit. We saw at a point some people were against Brexit, some were in support of Brexit, some were against Brexit. At the point they were talking about Brexit with deal and without deal. How they will be relating with other European Union if they leave European Union in terms of commercial and commerce. Now, at the point we saw about 2 prime ministers resigning. But at the point it was consummated and it was achieved. Because there was engagement, there was negotiation, and that is what is needed in this kind of Nigerian scenario.
You told me backstage that if they follow this case, Nnamdi Kanu will be convicted.
The problem of Nigeria is Nigerian justice system can give you what you do not expect. Nigerian justice system is so you cannot predict it. I'll give you an instance. Look at the former Chief Justice of the Federation, Onohe. He was accused of not declaring some of his assets by Code of Conduct Bureau. Sorry, yes, Code of Conduct Bureau. Eventually, he was tried in Code of Conduct Tribunal. But at the time he was tried, even with all the plethora of injunction trying to stop his trial, because the power that being wanted him out, they disobeyed all that, and eventually he was convicted. In the same vein, if the government is bent on achieving a purpose, I don't see Murtala Nyako as having the willpower, the judge, to say if federal government compels her to do a particular thing that she will not do it. That's my fear. So it may not be based on the merit of the case, because the government is an interested party in this case. But if you are looking at stability, to have harmonious relationship in the society, to have long-lasting peace in the society, political solution will engender that. Because the more this case is lingering, the more the disparity, the gap between the average Igbo man, the Hausa man, the Fulani man is increasing. And how do you remedy it? With the judge pronouncement, that make the average Igbo man to see an average Hausa man or an average Fulani man as his brother? I don't think so. That is why political solution with that detention, it will calm frayed nerves. That's why I see it as a person.
Okay, Nigeria will break if the power remains in the north. That is from the Middle Belt Forum. You are from Middle Belt?
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm from the South. I think it's their personal opinion. But for me, there are so many arguments about this 2023. But if you look at the Constitution, not the Constitution is 40 anyway, the Constitution do not say it must come from a particular geographical zone. What the Constitution does say is that the person, in terms of the eligibility, almost everybody struggling for that position is eligible. That the Constitution talks about having two-thirds majority of the states in terms of winning up to 25% or two-thirds majorities of the states, which means the person who is going to emerge winner will have 2 conditions. One, he has to score majority votes. Secondly, he must have at least 25% vote in at least 24 states. So those are the conditions that are needed for somebody to emerge a winner. But beyond that, and beyond the Constitution, we all know that as a tradition in Nigeria, it is already like a norm that if the North rule for 8 years, they start to rule for 8 years. If they start to rule for 8 years, they not rule for 8 years. So for people who are threatening the South, that if they insist that the presidency must come to the South, that is against the tenets of the Constitution, I will probably remind them that when Obasanjo's tenure was elapsed, the North equally stressed that all political parties should feed candidates from the North because it's already a norm. But again, beyond all this, the sad is, if you are looking at justification, is the most justified geopolitical zone to produce the president come 2023. Because the South have ruled for 8 years under Obasanjo. The North ruled 2 years under Yar'Adua. Jonathan completed it 8 years, sorry, 6 years.
The South is from South.
From South. Now, both the time the North and the South have ruled, the Southeast have not tasted it. So if you are looking at justification, it is the Southeast that is justified to rule Nigeria come 2023. So there is no law guiding any to say that this geopolitical zone is one that is justified to rule at a particular time. But if you are looking at justification, the South is the one that is most justified now to rule Nigeria. So the question you ask, that if the power remains in the North, that Nigeria will break, I do not think it is true. Because, though me, whether the North is ruling, whether the South is ruling, what me I'm interested in, we should have a youth who will root Nigeria, not the likes of all these old conspirators, political gladiators.
You call them conspirators?
Yes, they conspire against the common man. All the old politicians who have been recycling themselves in power, who have been grooming their children to take over from them. How can you tell me that a Buhari ruled Nigeria as a military head of state, as a youth? A Buhari is ruling Nigeria as an elder. And there's a Yusuf Buhari, who is the only son of Buhari, who is in his useful age now. And Yusuf Buhari has his contemporaries in Nigeria as we speak. So when will it be the turn of Yusuf Buhari and his contemporaries in the society? Have you forgotten the hurry that recently even Mr. President said that his age is not permitting him to even deliver? He one time said that he would have performed better if he had ruled 30 years ago. So you see, even as Mr. President is usurping the opportunity of the youth, his health and his age is not permitting him to give the best he needed to give. So that is why the elders should give way for the youth to pilot the affairs of this country.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Matthew. Mr. Matthew. Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Chigozie.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. It's a pleasure being here today.
It's a pleasure having you here this morning, Mazi Chigozie. Mr. Matthew is saying that Buhari is usurping the opportunity for young people to rule. He ruled as a youth and is now ruling as an elder.
Yeah, if at all he's the one presiding over the affairs of the country, and Matthew said Nigeria practice federal character. A government that lacks character cannot adhere to the terms of agreements, especially that we foster coherent coexistence between diverse ethnic nationalities that makes up the contraption called Nigeria, as rightly expressed by the late sage Awolowo, that is a mere geographical configuration in the sense, with, of course, in every respect, we are seeing that happening before us. A country that believes to be one, but in actions and of course in practice they are living to the contrary. You see, where a particular section of the country almost usurped, not just Buhari, usurped the entire security architecture, while we have more than 400 ethnic nationalities within Nigeria. And just a section, will I call it, is not even a section. A minority, a minute part of that is a control of the economy, is control even of the Bureau de change. You see, is control of virtually everything. Is in control of all the parastatals, all the ministries, and you call that a country. You see, having undue advantage over the other, and you said you practice federal character. What is that useless character? When you lack character, of course, when you lack even the moral to even admit that you practice federal character. You see, if you practice federal character, you will allot over 300 opportunity to people coming from Zamfara, while you will restrict the opportunity of the old Eastern people to the same to have access to the same opportunity. You see, you give only 2 slots to the estate in in southeast, while you give over 1,000 to a state in the northern part. What kind of federal character is that? So we are practicing injustice and unfairness. And you can see that starting at us, even in the supposed hallowed chamber of the National Assembly and the House of Representatives, where contracts, there are, of course, money set aside for some contracts, where the old Eastern people were sidelined, we are almost taken out of the scheme. And you still believe that we are one Nigeria. What's informed that position?
Okay, a company called Budget exposes fraud in the 2022 budget. Lists 460 duplicated projects worth 378.9 billion naira. In a country such as this is a recurrent factor, and nobody has been prosecuted.
How will people be prosecuted? You see, a state that adjudicates over its own case can never lose the case. You see, especially in this useless society we found ourselves. But if it is in an advanced and in a sense society, a state can lose a case. You see, and pay, of course, some damages or compensation. See, and you can see that who are those paddling the budgets, that we are meant to affect lives and create equal opportunity, or of course a better life for the people. They are the same people within the corridor of power, and they are, of course, kingmakers. You see, they are the one paddling it, because how can you tell me that the National Assembly, under the watch of Lawan, under the watch of Bajamila, and did not know that the budget was padded? You see, how can you convince an average person? You see, this has been a conspiracy. That is why this system must not continue. Even to the tune of close to 400 billion. 400 billion. You keep on siphoning our commonwealth and think, okay, of course, they believe that it's already well with them. But the wicked shall not go unpolished. That's why we don't have a system that can checkmate the excesses and the abuse of these people occupying political office. And this, as much as the system does not in any way encourage, of course, check and balances, the country will continue, of course, to sink abysmally. With the level, look at, with over 400 billion, you want to paddle the budget. You see, and most of this budget, let me not say most, 80% of this budget will be financed from the borrowed loans. You can imagine, you are borrowing and you are now teaching yourself. That is not patriotism, that is no nationalism. In such a, of course, within those that claim to be representing the Nigerian state. It's very unfortunate. In a sense of the society where you place national interest above self-interest, how can you part the budget to the tune of over 400 billion? It means you are wrecking the state already. It means you don't meant well for the state. You are only interested interested in your selfish gains. And how can a system of this kind strive? How can a system of this kind, I mean, uh, plan for the betterment or the welfare of the masses? You can see the masses are left at the mercy of the political elites, which is very unfortunate and unacceptable.
When a people are put under bondage by its leaders, what can the first people do?
When the people are pushed to the wall, to the extent that they have no other option of survival, revolution remains inevitable. The revolution is the way forward. One, when I mean revolution, not just mental revolution, already it is not subject to argument that an average Nigerian is suffering. An average Nigerian is subjected and subjugated to that level that most of the young ones are committing suicide, are taking their lives. You see, within the country. So the only resort is to, of course, revolt against the state. And you will not call that revolt because the state itself has committed treason offense against the office of the citizenry, have committed atrocity and should be held responsible. That is why we are calling for the abolishment of the Nigerian state. Martin Nnamdi Kanu's case is holding today.
Amended charges.
And you can imagine the rascality and the recklessness on the part of the supposed judiciary, who, of course, should have been the last resort for a common man to have hope, to have justice. But is that the case in Nigeria? The fundamental truth is no. You see, how can you continue to amend cases within the last 6 months? How many times have they amended cases against an innocent man? If you claim that he has reasons, look, in the last adjournment that commenced today, that they resumed today, they have more than 2 months or close to 2 months to have amended whatever charges, whatever useless charges they think it is necessary. But these are just a way of circumventing the truth. These are a way of distracting people from, of course, having justice. This is just a way of subjugating the cause of course, justice. We cannot, I mean, every lover of peace and justice cannot sit down and watch this continue. A man, you said you amended over 15 charges. One, you have not, of course, been able to establish one charge against him. You keep on amending as a way of a tactical means of delaying or prolonging the course of justice, thereby infringing on his fundamental rights, holding him, to captive, to ransom, infringing on his rights of course, fair hearing and to expedite, of course, the court case. It is, of course, unacceptable. It's very ridiculous, and we cannot continue with such a system that is imbalanced, a system that is bent at exterminating us, a system where justice, fairness, and equity is, of course, remains an optical illusion. We cannot move forward with such system. So, of course, in as much as you, of course, defy justice, people will be pushed to the wall. And, of course, the patience of humanity is almost running against Nigeria. People are being, of course, pushed to do the otherwise. But the truth remains that it doesn't matter how long justice is denied. But one thing is inevitable. It cannot, although it might be delayed, but can be denied. But whatever happens, if people are forced to take, of course, their own destiny and defense in their hands, of course, there is nothing called Nigeria already. It's very unfortunate.
Thank you very much.
Indeed.
I have a political analyst, studied political science at the University of Calabar. Am I right?
Mr. Chuku,
He's looking so sweet this morning. Mr. David.
Good morning to our viewers here in Nigeria and over there in diaspora. say very good morning to everyone and keep watching Flip TV and thank you for subscribing. Please tell others who are yet to subscribe to Flip TV because this is the only channel you get it a vital information and raw from the ordinary Nigerians. It is not one that has been diluted. Oh, you get it as it is hot.
As the hot. I studied the internet. I've seen that Tinubu is going to different places, getting endorsements. My mind is telling me this man might pull crowd in 2023.
If you buy sugar and you put sugar and you pour sugar on the floor, won't ants flock the place or won't they start? People will perch on this. So you see ants there pitching. People are only following Tinubu because of the money he wants to dish out. Tinubu has money. It's a commonwealth.
Lagos money.
The money he loots. So people would see. Even if I see him today, I'll follow him. I'll get my own share of the national cake. Instead of me, I will not vote for him. Abiola did more than him. Didn't he? Did he win election? Did not betray Abiola. So Tinubu is nowhere compared to Abiola. Abiola was even close to the northern elites.
Abiola was accepted by everybody.
It was accepted by everybody. Now, can you compare Abiola popularity with Jagaban, a good philanthropist, compared to this man? Now, if you listen to what the Arewa Conservative Forum said, they said they want a competent candidate, not a. So now, if Tinubu is sure that he's competent and that he's fit to Nigeria, he should publish his medical records. They said because it was sympathy that made them voted for Buhari in 2015, and now they don't want to repeat the same mistake by giving sympathy votes, because they said they cannot afford to vote for a man who by adventure he becomes the president, he will start traveling to go for his health cases. However, Conservative Forum, so Northern Elders Forum also said that now 2023 election should not be about sympathy. It should be about competent candidates. Now, a man that just returned from London last week, doctors infuse blood in him. Now, after the election again, but eventually win now, he will go back there again. And then when he eventually becomes the president again, he will be shuttling between Nigeria and London. He will sleep in Nigeria in the morning. He woke up in London, just like the way the president is doing. Why did we sleep in Nigeria today? The next morning, he woke up in London for what? Just for one reason, medical checkup. My brother, Nigeria cannot afford that kind of president again. Now, so many indices has knocked him out. Now, yesterday, let me give you another indices of why Tinubu will not win election. Tinubu went to Katsina State on Sunday to meet the governor of Katsina State in person of Governor Masari. When Tinubu left Katsina State, the governor's wife addressed pressmen. The governor's wife said that Nigerians should not vote for drug addicts. Who was she referring to?
That's the wife of Masari.
That is what, yes. I started to correct that, yes.
So I saw it.
You saw it. Who was she referring to? Let me smoking, bro. Let me drinking time.
Does Tinubu smoke? Have you seen him smoke before?
Who visited Katsina State? Yeah, this man is asking me that, am I smoking? I said, let me visit Katsina State. The person who visits Katsina State knows himself. So it shows that these people are now throwing jab at him, that the woman come out publicly and said Nigerians should not vote for drug addicts. Do I peddle drug? No. Am I drug addicted? No, I am. The person she is referring to knows his or herself. So I think, so you can see the what impediments on the side, age-wise, corruption cases, drug cases. Best you see different things will begin to what reveal itself as time unfolds. My brother, forget that one. I see if I have 1 million now, I can get a crowd. People will follow me. Nigeria like money. Me if I like money, I go find Tinubu money. Make it bring money. See, now our commonwealth is our commonwealth.
which these people was as what Hamas to themselves. So the money belongs to us. If you bring, I go collect them. Now my money no be money. Just as I'm not privileged to what to have access to how he has access to the money. So the money is our commonwealth. So if you want to spend it now, my brother, this is the right time for you to collect your own share from the money.
Somebody saying Mr. David is on the fence. He has sitting sideline to both corrupt political parties.
Nobody's okay. Now we are saying corruption, corruption, corruption. Tinubu will bring the money. I will collect and I'll still vote for whosoever I want to vote for. He will not follow me to the polling booth. Okay, now you are see, you collect, all go cash you. You not collect, all go cash you. So tell me, see, what on the basis? My brother, I'll collect the money from them because the money is our commonwealth money. Nobody will tell me not to collect. I'm saying it here publicly. You collect, you go suffer. You don't collect, you go suffer. So let me collect and vote for the candidate of my choice. Yeah, you can't tell me not to collect the money because peradventure, if he wins, the same policy he wants to, the same policy he wants to roll out. That's the same stick. That's the same policy. It will say so. My advice is Nigerians, any politicians that bring money to you, collect the money, eat your money,
Hmm.
eat your money,
Okay.
eat our money.
Federal government files fresh charges against Nnamdi Kanu. 15 count charges from 7 amended to 15.
every IGRU that comes into the state is what is also aware of of the IG. So this man dictates on appoint who become chairman of any local government. This man impose councillors on the people. So everything that what happens in Lagos is being overseen by one man. And now the same man is now want to what extend is what his tentacles to the federal level now. Imagine Tinubu appointing a CBN governor. My brother, Nigeria.
Minister of Finance.
Minister of Finance. I'm talking about CBN governor. Sure, he will make the appointment. But what appointment can be, he will appoint CBN governor himself. Now, a president can tell CBN governor, do this, do this. You know that he has such power. So please, for such sake, we don't want him.
Okay, northern leaders plotting to swap power shift to north, to south. You just said that 60 years, the north will still continue.
My brother, you see, the permutation is written and it's real. My brother, one thing we should understand is zoning is not in Nigerian constitution. Nothing like zoning. So now the constitution is as clearly stated it, and then this is the guideline that what every Nigerian follows and take. So an Hausa man see what Arewa Consultative Forum said zoning is not in constitution. And then which is true. You are right on that. So now if zoning is not in constitution, so zoning is based on the president's on the party agreement. So if APC agree to zone their ticket to the south, what about the opposition? PDP planning to zone theirs back to the north. So now, are you telling me that now, if PDP presents a northern candidate, my brother, what becomes of the southern candidate? He will not win. He will not win because no northern states will leave their brother who is vying to become the president and vote for another man. Sorry, and vote for a southern man. Yes, you saw what happened. And
you are saying that
and
a northerner is coming back.
That is until if PDP does not zone the ticket back to the south. If the PDP does not zone it to the south, that is the only way a certain candidate can want a match. But if PDP by adventure zone it back to the north, my brother, power will still remain in the north, and then nothing will happen.
Okay, let's talk about Nnamdi Kanu. We're talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Amended charges. Is facing court. Is in court session today. Amended from 7 to 15.
I've told you. I said Martin Nnamdi Kanu would not say justice before Justice Peter Inyako, which is the chief judge. Sorry, which is the judge presiding over the case, because now Malami and Buhari as influencer. And then let's not forget the fact that this woman also, her husband is a chieftain of the APC. So that will also what influencer not to give good verdicts on the cases of Martin Nnamdi Kanu, because I don't see why federal government is bringing filing new case charge against him. Mazi has not even given has not even given that right for him to even be heard in court. Yeah, he has not been given right for free hearing. And it's not someone that give right for free hearing. That is this. So these are the way you know if someone will be given, if Mazi can win this case. But my brother, I know Justice Binta Inyako. She's from the Fulani oligarchy. So the president would influence her not to give good verdicts. So everything she would rule will always be in favor, against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So I don't expect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu winning this case, my brother. I don't see him because there is conspiracy. Even the chief judge, the presiding judge herself, she is loyal to the president. So what I will say?
We have not seen it in any form.
You don't have to. Which form do you want to see it again? Would she tell you? Her husband is a chieftain of the APC, and she's from the Fulani oligarchy. So what form do you expect to see? What form again? Someone that cannot even allow Mazi Kingsmen ask or visit or even have access to Mazi. Is that on free hearing? Someone that cannot allow Mazi family visit Mazi. At least this is constitutional. Mazi has right for his family members to see him, even the Kingsmen. Now, Aneze Indigo are now crying that Buhari betrayed them. That Buhari promised them that Mazi Kanu will be released. I told them now that it's not medicine after death. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Mr. Charles, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, today Nnamdi Kanu is currently in court.
Yes.
From 7-count charge, the AGF, the federal government, amended it to increase it to 15-count charge.
And what are the
What is the hope? What is the hope that he's going to get fair justice?
we are hoping that if the hope was not there, based on the Nigerian government, as in to reduce the whatever count charges that have been leveled against Nnamdi Kanu, I believe there's God. I believe there's God. The good Lord who sits in secret, he knows whatever. I think he's going to see him through. If you like, increase the count charges from now to 100. We believe that the good Lord who sits in secret, who knows that the hands of this man is as clean as anything compared to those bandits you left in the north. Now, the northerners people, the bandits, the Boko Haram people that are still in the north, that you refuse to declare them as terrorists. You assume that they are far better than this young man, that you are still there, increasing their what? Their chances of not being called a terrorist. But a young man who has nothing to do with terrorist government, you are there increasing his charges. Well, that's good. That's all I can say.
Nnamdi Kanu created ESM.
Now, let me ask you, how many people, when you're talking about ESM, ESM is in the east, right? How many people have ESM killed? How many people?
Some people are saying ESN sometimes metamorphose as.
You said some people sometimes. You see, how many people does ESM go to your house and start killing you anyhow? Does ESM go to your house and start kidnapping you, take you to whatever? What are we talking about? He created ESM. Does it create ESM that ESM should go and start killing the people in the east? How many ESM are in the north? How many ESM are in the southwest here? This young man, my brother, like I said earlier, if they like, they should start increasing the count charges from 100. All I know is that there is God. Those people, you know, sometimes you do ask yourself, those people that are called themselves wicked presidential people, somebody like Muammar Gaddafi, where is him today? He's nowhere to be found. So if you like, do whatever you want to do, take the whole thing you want to do, kill anybody you want to do, and maltreat anybody. On a very good day, you will still leave this place. You will still leave that position. So many people who are people like them, IBB, where are they today? IBB, age is there, X factor, sickness all over. You know, this is Abacha. Where's Abacha?
It's normal for old people.
Yes, it's normal for old. That's exactly what I'm saying. You understand? Where is Abacha today? How many people have that man killed being Abacha? Where is he today? So if you like, Madrid people anyhow, on a very good day, you too, you will leave.
Somebody saying dozens of Malami charges on MNK, yet impossible to prove in court. Dozens of charges on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but yet impossible to prove in court.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I said if the line should they increase it from 7 to another 14, right? I said if the line they should increase it to 100. All I know is that there is God. The charges are there. I mean, what will you prove? What are the proof you have? You went to a young man's house, you want to terminate his life, and at a point, you shot his sister. And even because of the shock, I think it was because of this, as a result of that shock, that is it the mother or the father lost his life or thereabout. And then you are still, my brother, who on earth, in everything you do, it's just like some people will say when you get married, there are so many things you can change about your wife. If you like, you can decide to divorce your wife and get married to another person. But you cannot change your mother. You cannot change your father. You can't change your sisters. But these are people that he lost as a result of the Nigerian military government coming into his house just to terminate his life. I hope they are also putting that charges there. I hope they will also put those ones there. If the leaders keep on increasing it, we don't have problem with that. That is God.
Okay, northern leaders plotting to thwart power shifts to south. Nigeria will break if power remains in the north.
Well, my brother, sure you were aware that Tinubu went to Katsina to meet the then Masari. When he went to that place, I think they were very, very happy to welcome him as one of the leaders, Western leader that came to their state. When he left, what happened? You and I knows what happened. The woman have to call the youth in order that this man can never be the president of this country because he's nothing but a drug addict. I was listening to.
Hey, don't vote for drug addicts. He didn't say this man.
What must he say? This man? Okay? I just came to your house. I left, and you gathered the whole youth. You said, "Don't vote to this person." Maybe he might not even call my name, but indirectly, who came to your house? I'm the one that came to your house. So there's some ironical means of saying something to somebody that you don't need to listen. Come out and call the name of that particular person. Are you getting me? So you can't just the northerner, the power. Trust me, whether you like it, this power will still remain in them.
That's why the turn of the southeast.
Forget these people. They know what they are doing. I was listening over to the radio. It was a few days ago. They said the former Kanu State Governor, in the presence of Rabu Musa Konkoso, have cross-carpeted from PDP to APC. And they have a plan. Yes, they have a plan. They have plans for that. Just to shift that power to him. There's no way these northern people will shift this power to the western people. There's no way they will give this power to South. Because
Tinubu has been going from state to state.
Let him, my brother, this is politics for you. Those people, that state he's moving from one particular state to another, they will still collect his money and still not to vote for him. Are you getting me? They will not vote for him. Because this is somebody who has made money. Age, number one. There's so many factors. That is even against this young man we are talking about. Age is there. I was going through. They were asking him how does he make his money. I don't know if you have seen it.
They were asking his political campaign.
They were asking him how does he make his money in life. He said he made his money through traveling. Through this, I think there was a contract. There's one oil company he works with, and they now sent him abroad. Before he could come back, they sent about $850,000, if I'm not mistaken, to his personal account. That he did not touch that money. That was what made him a billionaire today. Why will you be lying to people? You stole money from Lagos State. This man stole a lot of money. He embezzled a lot of money from Lagos State government, and he's there lying. My brother, we have so many elites, professional people that are educated enough that somebody like Tinubu cannot toy with their intellectual ability. You can't continue to lie to people that this is how you got your money. Meanwhile, we know how you got your money. If you let him travel from here to any part of the world, this young man will never become the president of this country. Whether you like it or not, Tinubu will never rule this country.
He has supporters.
Maybe you're the one supporting him, right? Even if, my brother, like I said, if supporting who? Supporting who? To support who? Are you to become the president of this country? You cannot compare the way we looked at the picture of Buhari compared to that of even you and I knows that when this young man was coming, we were not opportune to witness 1984 regime, because most of us were still not yet born then. But when we came out, Buhari was not more or less like a saint. Everybody knows that. We look at him as if, but at a point, this young man changed. But this young man called Tinubu, what achievement, what can you say that this man can put in place in terms of political achievement?
An experienced politician.
Experienced politician, is that what you're going to eat? My brother, how some people will continue. They will never give this presidential position to Tinubu. But take it or you leave it. Tinubu will never, they will never give it to him. They will never, and they will never. Because whether you like it or not, these are people that, they just liars with Tinubu just to get his own mandate, so that somebody like Buhari will become the president of this country. Now they are no more working with him. If you like, let him move from one particular place to another. People are now against him. Are you getting me? People are now against him. Thank you very much.
What's happening?
How far now? We there for the Zanga kingdom now. Everybody there for the throw. Say the game of throw. Different king, different kingdom, different party. Everybody want king. Everybody want throw. Everybody want chop money. Everybody want rule.
Everybody want power.
Everybody want power. Everybody go to Buhari, Baba. I beg, I want content. Is that a language? It's a zero talk. Because Nigeria is a kangaroo home. It's a kangaroo home. Everybody wants to be president. But what are you doing there? You never do your house well. You want to go house Asorok. You didn't repair your home. Everybody go to Asorok. Baba, I want to be president. They are all foolish people. They are foolish people now. One says a kingmaker, I want to be a king. Is a language. He fall himself down. His reputation has been reduced to the low. You control Lagos since 1990 today. Now you are begging for president. What are you looking for? You don't want to carry money to heaven?
He has supporters.
He's a zero supporter.
He has supporters.
He must have supporters because everybody wants to chop. But it's a wrong language. It can't be there. It can never be there.
Would you be surprised if
it can never be there. There's a code. There's a code. A spiritual code. His name is not there.
His name is not in the spiritual code.
That code. You have the opportunity. They can't give you 2 shares. They must give you 1 and give another person 1. The whole share will be given to you. Will be authorized, giving you power to be on the throne of Lagos State. Lagos State is Nigeria. Did you believe that? Lagos State is in Nigeria. Nigeria is Lagos State. No Lagos, no Nigeria.
No Lagos, no
Nigeria. Not Nigeria now. The wealth of everything is here. Everybody is here. Everybody that finished any school in any state, anywhere, you have to come to Lagos to come and start to survive. Lagos is a state that when you come with 1 naira, you can be going home with 10 million. It's a divine state, and you have opportunity to be ruling that state since 1999. You are controlling any government, come and go. Bring another one. You have wealth, you have everything. What is he looking for now? He's now begging Buhari that I want to be a president. Say my life ambition. What is the meaning of life ambition? Are you God? Say zero language. Confirm zero language. So what is
somebody
happening?
Say Nigeria will break if power remains in the north.
Nigeria will break, but Nigeria will not break. Because why I say Nigeria will break is that when the Igbos and the Yoruba came together as one, Nigeria will not break. But if they don't come back together as one, Nigeria will break. Because the Northerners will continue. And the Northerners are not the owner of Nigeria.
Who is not the owner?
The Nigeria owner is Nigeria. Nigeria is owned by 3 regions. Three children sent from heaven. Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. But now, inside those 3 children, one is not dominating the 2. That is Hausa. So they can't continue.
Hausa or Fulani?
They are Hausa Fulani, they are 1 river, they are 1 road and be. Fulani, do you hear his Fulani language? Hausa speak Hausa, Fulani speak Hausa. So it's a name. It's within them. The division is within them.
I spoke with one Hausa man.
Yes.
They are different.
But they are one Hausa. It's just like people. We understand?
Or Yoruba.
You're Yoruba. We are different. Yes. Hausa is Hausa. Whether you like it or not, Hausa is Hausa. Fulani, Hausa, they are all Hausa. So now, 8 years, after 8 years, continuing with their calibers will cause problems to Nigeria, because Nigeria will never allow.
It seems it's only Tinubu that is very powerful in the south that is coming out for president.
No, people are coming out too. People will come out. This is just the beginning of the race. Tinubu is just the head, but it's going out there. Osebajo is there silent. Many people are there. People say they have. The race is just started. You understand? Hausa continue, Nigeria will break. I support that language because they are not the only one that holds Nigeria. Nigeria is a 3 house. You chop small, you chop.
But that's not in the constitution.
The constitution is the Nigeria constitution. A constitution is different from the mandate of Nigeria. Nigeria mandate is that we are 3. When one person begins to chop the name of his own constitution, that is cheating. It's 100% cheating, and it can bring a breakaway.
Okay, budget, the fraud in our budget, over 460 duplicated projects. 378.9 billion naira.
They are criminals now. The budgeters are criminal. That are the senator.
Who will now arrest them and prosecute them?
They are within themselves now. They hold the police and the army and the air force. All of them, they are budgeters.
No, they're not.
They are all budgeters because inside the budget, inside the missing budget, one go to the police, one go to the army, one go to the army. So they share it around. So who is going to arrest who? Who bring EFCs? So they are all in one table, sharing the money. They are all criminals.
That means they are ganging up against us.
They are ganging up against us now. Every day we hear about the story of lost money. We never, who will hold them? If you talk anyhow, they can hold you. But they can't hold them.
Then they cannot hold you.
They can't hold me. Because I have the freedom to speak. And I never stop one naira inside the money. I survive with government. They are sharing Nigeria billions. 20-something billion.
378.9
billion. Nigeria has money. That's why I want to go. If you go to another country now, people will say, where are you coming from? Nigeria. Go back. You have money. What are you looking for here? They don't know that group of people are just sharing that money. Enjoying. We are suffering and smiling.
That's why we must be careful if we want to choose our president.
Yes,
very
because
you
have to be careful now because the next president must be a human being that has the fear of God. Because those ones are there, they don't even have the fear of God. They don't even send us message.
Wow.
They are bad.
Wow. Okay. Who is your candidate now? You say you have not chosen your candidate.
They never come. They never start. They go to come. Just start the game. The game is just started. The real game never arrived. We are still 2022. This is just early momo. January early momo. Many ahead days they come.
Okay.
All those are when they run back with us. Tomorrow this they don't wake up. Because nobody knows tomorrow. You are running to Abuja because of next year. When we are in January. Are you gone?
No, you can plan now.
You can plan, but your planning never work. When Nigeria never work, you acquire billion under your cupboard. You want to acquire more. When people never chop, it's not possible.
Oluwa never chop.
Oluwa never chop with the food, and you want to a criminal. A criminal.
Federal government fights press charges against Kanu.
Federal government.
Yes, from 7 they increased.
They want to make sure that they clip his wing, but it is not possible because he have a followers. He have followers worldwide. Because if worldwide followers, what he's fighting for is the freedom of his own region. So they can calculate it to 100 charges. That is their own. They can't work. They can't work. They know it can't work. Today now they are in court. Let us see the outcome of the situation.
Somebody say, I know Oluwa will support Tinubu if they give him money.
Me, I never support anybody with money. I use my heart. But when you not fail, I voted for Buhari. I pay 100 naira. Buhari support organization, but now you have failed the situation. So they are all fair and let all of them go home.
If they give you money,
if you give me 1 million, I don't collect. Because I collect 1 million, millions of my people will be suffering. So what is the 1 million going to do for me?
Somebody say if you collect the money, then don't vote for them.
I will never collect the money. Collecting the money, not vote for them. The spirit have involved you. You involved yourself. Putting money that you never do the work, you already involved yourself. So just clean and leave the rest for God.
Okay. Thank you very much, Oluwa.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I have Mr. Raf.
Yeah, good morning.
What's happening over there?
No, what's happening over there is that somebody just came along from nowhere. He says Igbos are not united. I was trying to tell him that, look, only one person that is agitating for Biafra, the best agitator for Biafra, someone that, tried to get Biafra on a platter of peace, on a platter of intellectualism. It's not about welding machetes, clubs, rifle anymore. This guy wants to achieve it with what? Here. You are telling me that we are not united. Abia State has come out to tell you that they are Igbo, they are Biafra. There was no Abia then. Imo State, Ebonyi State, they have come out. Umahi, wait. Umahi is smaller than Ebonyi. Umahi is the governor in Ebonyi State. Umahi has his kinsmen. If you go and conduct an opinion poll among Umahi's kinsmen, you will find out that virtually all of them are Biafran. They are Biafrans. So Umahi is entitled to his personal opinion. So I was trying to tell this guy, look, Abia State has come together to tell us they are Biafran's airpoint. The same thing, Enugu, the same thing, Anambra says they are Biafra, and you can see Apuga State dominating Anambra State now. Are you listening to me? You are trying to vomit bullshit that Igbos are not in unity over this Biafra issue. I was telling the guy, look, a soul that was born then, a soul, single small boy that was born then during the inception, the birth of Biafran nation,
like 3 years ago,
is now in control, and he has succeeded in uniting Igbos globally, everywhere, worldwide. You are telling me that we are not united, Oga? You are so myopic. You cannot see far. And let me tell you, I was forced to tell you this, if not the kind of the mind I have. But I don't think you have a point. You are not on point. He was looking at me. It's not about putting on face cap, wearing all this Otocha Gemo, all this Gemo. Do you understand? It's not all about that. Look at me well. You said Igbos are not united. Thank you. That is your own opinion, belief. Go. So then let me tell you, now as I'm talking to you now, I think Nnamdi Kanu is either in the court or they're already out, because we know that Nigeria government is playing game when it comes to
amended charges.
Amended charges. They have added more charges of terrorism against Nnamdi again. It's now 15 in all, totally.
From 7 to 15.
Totaling 15 charges. Is that how? I don't know. I wonder what is going on there. Because each and every time Nnamdi Kanu wants to go court, either Wike, Uzodimba, Omahe, they will do what? Have meeting among themselves and conspire against that man. There is conspiracy after conspiracy against Nnamdi Kanu. Each and every time this gentleman, young man, wants to go to court. Now, the charges has left how many? It's now 15. I don't know what I understand. More threats. It was 7 before. So now they have brought another 8. 7 plus 8 is enough 15. You see it? You see the hanky-panky there? You see the hocus pocus? It's all about what? They are in confusion, in a state of confusion.
Yeah,
they don't know.
He's in court now.
He's in court now. The guy is in court. But what happened is that his lawyer, his US lawyer, I don't know if he's around. I mean, Shock Fein. You understand? If the guy is around, they should allow him access into that court so that Malami will see another realm of law.
It's not there. It's not there.
It's not there. Okay, Shock Fein is not around because they will allow the man to be there so that Malami will know that it's all about kangaroo court. It's not about kangaroo court. It's not about Fulani court. It's not about Sharia court. It's not about Tanko, perception of international law. I think understand. It's not about allowing Buhari to make a man that is not fit to head Agege Magistrate Court, a CGN, all over Nigeria. I didn't understand. Had he been allowed Shock Fein to be there, they will read from that man another ideology, philosophy of law internationally. I think understand. So that Nnamdi Kanu will be freed. He will breathe fresh air. Because Nnamdi did not commit any crime. You hold that man, gentleman there for how many months? I'm telling you, I calculated this. It is entering 6 months. Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated illegally by Federal Republic of Nigeria. Fake government, fake structure, fake arrangement, fake regime, fake president, fake AGF, fake CGN. The governors in the southeast are fake.
What do you mean by fake?
Fake. Lack of competence. Quackery. It has nothing to do with natural sophistication. It has lost natural sophistication. What I mean is artificial. Artificial is not originally what? You don't know what I mean by artificial. Artificial is the opposite of origin. I know original. That is what I mean. So when you employ somebody to take over a company and that person does not have what it takes to take over a company, you have employed a man that lacks competence, a quack is taking over your company, and probably you are going to get quack, fake, monkish, adulterated results.
Are you saying that Nnamdi Kanu is going to get quack judgment?
Nnamdi Kanu has been subjected to such quack judgments from quack justice of federation, from quack benches of lawyers, defense, I mean, on the side of the federal, the monkish, fake defendants from Federal Republic of Abubakar somebody. I saw his name this morning. I think understand, the one that is defending federal government is likened to elementary 2 students in which school is that? Opebi Boys High School. No, primary school. I don't know what I mean. Then Malami himself, Malami himself is not up to a class 3 student in Nando High School when I was in school. Because I've watched Omai. Omai has not what it takes to be an AGF, to be a lawyer, Malami, Malami does not have what it takes to be an ordinary lawyer in Anambra State. Malami is not qualified to be an Ukumango lawyer at Bishop Vining Memorial Church. You know, that's where Ukumango meaning Ukumango now. You know, when you call charge and bail, okay. You know, categorically or metaphorically, that's what I mean. So you understand? It's not qualified to be a charge and bail lawyer. Do you understand me? So what they are doing there is film. Federal government is acting film for the world to watch. I believe that the whole world will be watching what is going on in Nigeria.
With what is happening, you think you can get justice?
Nnamdi Kanu, justice is hanging on the loose. If Nnamdi Kanu want to get justice, I think United Nations should come and interfere. Already you can see that Britain has sold out because Britain is almost the problem that we have in the southeastern Nigeria. Britain is our problem right from 1967 till date. Queen Elizabeth, if not dead, I think Biafra will still be what? Gasping for air. Biafra is wounded since 54 years now. Under the what? In the intensive care, medical care in the hospital, Biafra has been breathing. Because Queen Elizabeth is alive. If Elizabeth dies, that is when Biafra will come to be. I'm telling you, look at the current British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. I don't know the kind of Jew that man is. The man is a fool. This man, yes, he's citizen. Nnamdi Kanu is a British man. He has been held here in this country illegally. And Boris Johnson could not do anything. Boris Johnson is a fool. I think that Queen Elizabeth is not happy because he said that Nnamdi Kanu is abusing her. Queen Elizabeth is a fool. I'm telling you, see, I'm bruised. No, somebody has been wounding me. Nnamdi Kanu is my brother. Biafra is my nation. The whole Southeasterners, they are my concern. I'm so much concerned about what is going on there. Look at the way youths are being killed and maimed in our low axis of Imo State.
Don't you have your House of Rep members? Don't have your...
They are there because of their pocket. Any house of, somebody from our own constituency, I know the small boy, and he was there, has been there for many years, amassing wealth, building hotels at Oka, That one is for him and his family. It doesn't concern me. I think understand. So I'm talking from my own personal perspective.
Your leaders are not fighting for you.
It doesn't concern me. Who's leader? My leader. Look at you.
Who's Odimma?
You don't have leader. Who's Odimma is nobody's leader. The leader we know there. Somebody we voted. No. Someone we voted there is Emeka Ihedioha. Emeka Ihedioha should have been the leader in that state. In Uzodimma's instead. Yes. It should be Emeka Ihedioha. Ohaneze is a cultural group already Igbo cultural group. Ohaneze, there was never a time Ohaneze functioned in Igbo land. No, don't mention Ohaneze. The only Ohaneze I know here are those ones that are speaking for the interest of Igbo man. In the person of Eze Johnson Ejikeme, he's from Enugu State, the owner of Perfect Garden there. Are you listening to me? He advocates, he solicits for you and I. You know the headquarters is opposite to your church. I saw you various times in your church anytime we convert there to have our meeting. I know the man is a good man. See, other Hanezes, okay, are you asking me about Igbe or Hazulike Ezempume? One. Or Hazulike or Haneze, Ezendibo Lagos. That one will talk for you. That one will solicit for you. What about custom seizures? He often buys custom seizures. Igbo containers that federal government seizes on daily basis every month. They are seizing Igbo containers. Who is buying those seizures? The same Igbo Hazulike used to buy it. Now that one is no news again. Now. Everyone knows that he's buyer of those custom seizures. Can you take that one as your Eze, Ndibo Lagos?
As your leader.
As your leader. At the back, they will come. Let me tell you, they will all be punished by God. time shall come. You know, whatever a man soweth, he shall reap it. If not during his lifetime, death when he is dead. Let me tell you, Ohazulike will still reap the fruits of all his brutalities, maltreatment. You understand, against Igbo man. If not from him, from that his church boy, the one that was among Anambra legislators during Obi's tenure. All of them, God is going to punish them. Christian Chukwu, we don't have leaders in Igbo land. What we have in Igbo land are bunches of what? Crooks, rogues, thieves, invaders, vandals, burglars, people that go there and what? Give you a contract. At the background, they will come to you, collect 30% of the total contract amount. Let me tell you, those guys can never represent us well. What they are doing is that they are sucking us dry. What they are doing is that they are stealing from this Igbo man, from the one.
What's the way out now?
The way out, I come again. The way out is today. They should pay the gentleman, rapt attention. They should all listen to him. What comes out from his mouth is what the courts should take. Are you listening to me? If Nnamdi Kanu demanded that Buhari should be brought to that court, they should bring him, they should fetch him. He's a human being, he's not above the law. He should come and answer. No, the reason why they should abduct him from Nairobi, Buhari is the one to answer. The person to interpret it is the person in charge of the judiciary. Judiciary interprets the law. I think understand. It is one of their functionalities to do what? To interpret the law. They review the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria, which is why I'm saying that Malami will be the person to be interpreting to Buhari. Buhari should answer many cases from that point. See, if they take you to court, court is a house of what? Justice. Court is never a house of injustice. They employ men like judges, justices, I think understand, to interview, to explain the law. That is the essence of court. It's not one man that will be staying in his office dictating to the court what to do. When Nigerian victims have not gotten justice. See, the reason why we're on the street all the time talking our minds about this, the government, the politics, what is going on in this Nigeria, is to give Nigerian victims justice. We are all victims of circumstances. I believe that my time is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. Please, I would like to correct this impression that everybody using foul language. Next time, I will not allow people using foul language here. I will talk to Mr. Raph. I don't just want to interrupt him in his speech. Please, let's not use foul language on the channel. I might be calm, but I will try as much as I can to stop all these aspersions, castings, want somebody saying something about the other person and abusing every other person in the platform, whether it's on the live chat or on this platform. Please, let's be mindful with our words. I'm Christian Chico. Thank you for being part of the program. Thank you for being patient with us. I want to say a big thank you to those that have spoken and also those behind the camera, Mr. Femi, Ifeanyi, and also Lekon. Thank you very much. I'm Christian Chico on this other edition of Bystanders and Newsstands. I'll say bye for now till tomorrow as we meet by God's grace. Thank you.